Welcome everyone. Today we are going to do a spiritual tarot reading. And what I mean by that is I connect with my spirit guides. And really what I use tarot for is like the storyboard. So this is going to be for all signs. And if you think, well, I don't have any spirit guides. They don't talk to me. They're saying to you, why aren't you listening to me? Why don't you hear me? I'm here, right? And it's more than one, by the way. I feel like we have many spirit guides, and I feel like some of our guides were good in money, some good in love, and I feel like they step forward when this is the issue that you are dealing with, let's say, or confronting. So I feel like this is a good time to put them to the test and ask a question and see if your question gets answered. Have an open mind. And I feel like I was meant to say that too. Like, go ahead, put them to a test. But then you got to quiet your mind and remove the barriers, right? So you can see. You can see your answer. You can see your opportunity. You can see whatever it is. So anyways, this is for all signs. And the reason it's for all signs is I trust that my guides, I feel the process is my guides connect with your guides, and then my guides will connect with me and bring it out in a story form for us. So that's my belief. But even if you watch my monthly my monthly astrology signs, or zodiac signs, I still feel, like I'll do Virgo, which I am, and I mean it for Virgo, but I also feel a lot of people get guided to different readings for different reasons. Okay, so let's quiet our mind. And I feel like what I'm going to be doing here is answering some questions. Maybe a question's just been on your mind, looking for a solution. All right, so we have marriage, but this is the first time I've seen one of the Mother Mary Oracle deck, one of them come in reverse. I don't read them in reverse, though. I have to say it does say marriage. And there may be, just heavy energy in a marriage right now. I make a commitment to a healthy relationship with God, myself, and my partner. Okay, I feel like I want to take another one. Thank you. We have joy. By enjoying this moment, I am giving thanks to God for my life. Gratitude. And because we are doing a spiritual reading, I'm going to bring this down a little bit. I'm also going to bring in another deck. One of our soul sisters gifted this to me. This is her deck, Dominique. Thank you. She asked me if I would give it a try. So I figured, yeah, I'll give it a try. I'm going to do it in a few readings. And then, we can all give her feedback. They're called Eclipse Oracle. And I'm going to use them as an oracle right now. We have tribe. It's your soul tribe. kindred connections and friendship. You know, the only thing I'd probably say, Dominic, is sometimes on the cards, the writing is hard to read. It kind of blends in the background. You know, just a little critique. Kindred connections and friendships. Linkages and bonds on higher level of consciousness. Energy match. I can't read that. Providing unconditional love with compassion. Tribe. Beautiful. Feels like soulmate. And then we have limits. Boundaries. Setting limits. Restraints. Interesting. It says no trespass, right? It's like here is the energy of just what feels like abundant love, abundant energy. Maybe it's a potential of what can be within a commitment. But then this comes in and it, why would I have to put limits on it? Why do I may need to be aware of this, right? I could be putting my own boundaries. Maybe I need to put boundaries, but I don't feel that yet. Okay, we're going to bring in the Tarot of Dreams. Give it a few shuffles. Everything's already pre-shuffled. So, marriage, joy, tribe, and then limits. Okay. Remember to breathe through the reading, right? Breathe in. Exhale out. We have the High Priestess. We have the Emperor. Card of Aries. We have the Page of Cups. It's interesting because I feel this Emperor can talk about business ownership, being the boss, being the leader. You know, with the High Priestess is the first energy. It feels like something that you feel guided towards. You know, it feels like the energy of, how do I want to say this? Like, I have like I feel like I'm maybe coming to a crossroads. I have an option of moving into an energy that can bring me true joy. However, to receive that energy, there's something that I need to look at. And I feel like that's in the limits, right? Because I feel like there's an opportunity to just flow with the energy and receive the energy. It feels very, I don't know, like loving and joyful, and it is talking about, I feel for many of you, like business ownership, maybe something that you're feeling intuitively, but because, you know, maybe you're putting your own boundaries upon it, it seems harder and harder to reach it, where really it seems like there's another way, there's another flow, right? Like you're on this flow, you need to get on this flow. They both may take you to the same place, but one may you know, but it's a different trip. It's a different trip. We have the Three of Cups, which is the energy of joy, right? Mother Mary brought out joy. Now we have it in the reading. This can be something that brings you a true sense of joy. Being next to the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is self-love, right? Self-love in, sometimes we need to stop and think, like, what energy am I in, and why am I in it, and why do I want to be in it? Like, and is it serving me? Like, because I feel like there's something I can just kind of shake off that will move me back on this flow. Because I feel like with the High Priestess, it's like you can see it. And I feel like the Page of Cups sometimes has to remember to allow themselves to have experiences, right? To have emotional experiences, to have experiences that bring you, though joy starts within, things can bring us happiness, and not saying no to them. For some of you, I feel like it's about a business. And it feels very simply said, do what brings you joy. If you have that opportunity. Look at this. And then the Nine of Cups shows up. And this is a beautiful energy of what I just said. This is where one's loving one's life again. This is emotional fulfillment. I feel like you're seeking it. And here I feel like you're finding it. And it's interesting because it's coming through a 9, and 9 is an independent number. So this probably has nothing to do with anyone else, so to speak, but more about you and what you allow, what energies you allow and what flow you decide to get on, right? But this tells me, I love the High Priestess right above the Nine of Cups. That is where I feel like you're on divine flow. We have the Five of Pentacles. So some of you may have lost a job. Something's changed, right? The Five of Pentacles tells me something has changed. It may have been out of your control. It didn't give you the luxury, I don't feel, of doing nothing. I feel like you had to keep moving. But yet, the Five of Pentacles also tells us that during this period, this trip, this is a time when, maybe you do struggle. Maybe you were doing well, and then, boom, you're struggling. Definitely you can pick yourself back up. That I know. But what I'm feeling is, during that struggle, this is where you're learning, and why? Because if I'm in the struggle, then I'm probably manifesting people who are also in the struggle, right? And listen, I feel like sometimes that's a good thing because it can help us see. Sometimes we can't see ourselves until we see ourselves in someone else, right? And it's like, whoa, But anyways, in this energy, you're learning a sense of compassion and empathy and fairness. This is where you start to see the underdog and perhaps even want to help the underdog. Some of you, this may be what you're guided towards, right? Maybe business ownership, but it may have started with a struggle. It's interesting. She is looking over at this Nine of Cups. So here is when I'm in the struggle. The Five of Pentacles says you got to remember who you are when you're going through these difficult times. You are your spirit in a human body. You are more than just this human body. And you have all that connective wisdom to pull on. So pull on it. Ask for it, right? Connect to it. Because in this energy, I feel like though she is going through this change, ultimately where she ends up is in the Nine of Cups. It's the direction it's moving. So the change, right, may feel like a tower, what have you. But after the change, because I kept moving, now I'm meeting the Nine of Cups. Emotional fulfillment. And there's a lot of kind of watery type energy up here. So I feel like this may be the energy. Maybe I'm moving into something of this type of energy, and I need to find emotional fulfillment within myself first. But I feel like you're being guided also. You're being led. It's interesting. Some of us move into the field where we're, you know, helping others. And, you know, you just don't realize how healing it is for yourself also. It just really is. Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So, you know, some of you may have lost a job, lost a business, and that sucks. You know, it does. But the Five of Pentacles says don't get stuck in it. Keep moving through it. Keep moving through it because, you know, the wheel keeps turning, right? The energy keeps flowing, whether we resist it or not. So this is going with the flow. And then the Eight of Pentacles is kind of, I feel like, reinventing yourself. Finding another part of yourself that you bring to the forefront. And for some of you, it may end up in business ownership. I feel like someone also has a gift that their father may carry. We have the Five of Cups. Okay. We have the Hangman. I really wasn't going to take this many cards, but it wants to come out. We have the Page of Swords. Some of you may be moving into the field of communication in some way. You know, speaking truth. We have the Eight of Swords. Interesting, we have the two eights back. The Eight of Swords underneath the Eight of Pentacles. So, what does this tell me? This tells me that whatever, you know, in the Eight of Pentacles, I'm being drawn to this energy. Like, this is the type of energy where I could perhaps get lost in it. And the more I focus on it, the more it grows. Now, that doesn't say allow it to overtake your life, but there's something like within, and I do feel like it's within, especially with the Page of Cups right above that. You know, like a gift. But it could also be something that you studied, whatever it is. The Eight of Pentacles ask you, be willing to go in, not knowing everything, right? But I feel like this is the energy of not like learning, and then doing it. I feel like this is learning it as I go. And if I focus on it, and I believe in myself, right, because this is about self, then I will grow it. So, you know, there is like a reinventing after the storm type of thing. Then we have the Five of Cups over here also. You know, and this is the energy of, you know, where's my focus in the Five of Pentacles? And don't forget it's a 5, so it's asking for change. So I got to look right at that card. What is it asking me to change? What I'm focusing on. Because what I'm focusing on in the Five of Cups is all that I have lost. All I have, like, woe is me. Deservingly, but still, woe is me. So, change. I got to look at that. You know, how long have I been doing that? Because on the flip side of that, there's still two cups that have yet to be discovered, but they're illuminated in this image. So does she simply have to turn around? But we have the Eight of Swords down here too, and this is all self-created energy, both of these. This one, the Eight of Pentacles, I'm willing to put in the hard work to really build my dream. You know, I don't tell myself that my dream's going to land in my lap and my whole life's going to be different. I'm going to make my dream come true, right? It is your energy that creates that dream. And I feel like in Divine just gives the possibility. Eight of Swords, it becomes that block. It's almost where I see that limits, that no trespassing. So this is just about your belief system. This is about thinking that you can't, or you won't, or other people won't see it that way. But you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. You know, she's naked here, and it's almost like she's, you know, she's got her back to us. Because she doesn't want us to see who she is, right? But she is naked. Like, I keep noticing about that card, like, I see you anyway, right? I can see you anyway. And I can even see you hiding your true self. Now, you got to see it, right? And I feel like this is allowing yourself to believe that you can create, right? Reinvent, even after whatever kind of storm. Okay, well, this is pretty clear. So, in the Two of Swords, I want to make a decision about something, about my life, in some way. But let's look at the energy that I'm making the decision from. The Five of Cups, all that I have lost. The Eight of Swords, everything that limits me, right? Everything I tell myself that limits myself. Listen, it can come from other people, but it's you taking it on, and then you're trying to protect yourself in this energy. But what you do is exactly what it's showing. You know, the energy still comes to you, and you still have to make a decision. But in the Two of Swords, I have that blindfold on. I'm not seeing things for what they truly are. You know, I just feel like for some, you maybe have been stuck for a little while, especially with the Hangman here. You know, you're seeking wisdom. You're seeking the wisdom of your next step. Well, I feel like, hello, that's why you're here, right? But you got to accept all of it. Like, you know, you can't just see the pretty parts, but then say, you know, but ignore, you know, where the work comes in, that type of thing. Okay, and then we have the King of Wands. So the King of Wands can be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I really haven't said signs here. This is a King of Action. Some of you may be questioning about this king himself, whether to move forward or how to get him back, that type of thing. This may talk about a marriage. So, you know, first and foremost, I feel like what this is saying is fix thyself first, you know, and I don't mean that rudely, I mean that seriously and realistically, because in the Eight of Swords, then making the decision out of that energy, you know, I can already tell it's just going to bounce right off that armor, and you might end up repeating exactly what you don't want to repeat, because, you know, this is about your soul's growth. And sometimes you're doomed to repeat, you know? So, I mean, I've repeated lessons like, holy shit, Sandy, you know, like, how long did it take you to see that? I can see the pattern. Now I see the pattern so quickly. But when I first started that self-reflection, it was like, you know, where was my head at the time? Well, you know, you do what you know. And when you know better, you do better. Who said that? Oprah? When you know better, you do better. And that's that. And don't put judgment upon yourself. You know, because these walls are limiting you. And it's limiting you from doing something also that I just feel has great potential here. Okay, let's keep going. We have the Four of Cups on the bottom, and that's kind of daydreamy type of energy. I could certainly be trying to manifest in that type of energy, but there's not much action behind that type of energy. Well, it's like a sense of boredom. Therefore, my mind wanders. You know, be careful where your mind wanders, because we do have the Eight of Swords, and this Eight of Swords usually, all those swords can go. Because again, if you think of yourself as who you truly are, if you look at this as your soul's having an experience, then you wouldn't allow, you allow yourself to feel the emotions of things and go through things, but then try to understand them and then move on from them. If something's meant to come back in and you're evolving, like, I just feel like wherever your energy is at, wherever your vibration is at, that is what will meet you. So if I am looking for something true in whatever it is, then I myself have to be true, right? True to myself. And I feel like in the Eight of Swords, I'm not. And then therefore, I make a decision with a blindfold on. And is it right? Am I doing this? For some of you, are you like taking someone back because you get lonely? And the answer is, let's not find a partner. Let's get you in yourself, like into your creative type energy, what brings you a sense of joy. Let's get you there and then get your vibration up, right? Where you're in the Nine of Cups, where you have emotional fulfillment within. And then that's what you're vibrating. Therefore, that's what must meet you. Two Swords. No. Like, I just want to say no. It's not judgment. It's just the truth, right? Like seeing things for truth. All things. Okay. We're going to bring in the Light Seer Tarot. Light Seer's Tarot. There is an S on the end. Well, look at this. Look at this. The Eight of Swords again. And Eight of Swords is blocking your intuition, so to speak. Again, your free will overrides pretty much everything, I feel, except for God. I feel like, we can only do so much. And in the Eight of Swords, it's almost like, again, I don't know. I just feel like you're missing something there. Some of your guides trying to reach you at night, like when you go to bed. Some of you are having a hard time sleeping because you're thinking about things. And what you're thinking is doom. And it doesn't have to be doom. Now, if this is about someone coming back who has caused you to put up all this armor, but yet you're in a lonely moment, then you also need to see that yes, this could certainly, because you're bringing it back from the Two of Swords energy, this could certainly mean ultimately a sense of doom again, back in the Five of Pentacles again. And that's why you want to be aware, right? Aware, like allow people to show you who they are. Oh, I've changed, baby. Okay, well, let's go out to eat. Pay attention. How they treat other people. You'll know. That's the thing, like, you'll know. But don't take someone back because you're feeling lonely. Because I feel like instead there's another road for you. And I feel like you were meant to be here today to see that this loneliness doesn't have to be, because we have the Nine of Cups. And this is where I can feel pretty damn good all on my own, even after the fact. And part of that is you in the Eight of Pentacles. So we have the Six of Wands. That's the card of victory. And look at that. It's coming right over the Emperor. Some of you could certainly connect to your father. Who have crossed over in one way or another. But I feel like, this is the energy of, at least, like, Because I feel like your guides want you to feel this energy of victory and not this energy of defeat. The Eight of Wands is pretty persuasive type energy too, and she feels very connected though. Like, I'm connected, therefore I speak. Kind of like what I do. So, and it's over the energy of a business, leader, the boss. We have Judgment. Well, there is your spiritual team. Judgment are your ancestors who have been with you, and those who have never, you know, that you haven't met on earth, but have still are with you and will always be with you. You know, great, great, great grandmas and all that. And look at how she's connected here too. So Judgment is about a rebirth, right? It's about a call to attention to the present moment. There's always a reason. And I feel like it's because opportunity can come knocking. But it knocks in my present moment. This blindfold, you know, what if it doesn't knock? What if it just shows? You know, I don't get to hear it. I have to see it. So anyways, this is telling you something's in the present moment. You know, it's a time to allow yourself to have a rebirth too. I feel like allow yourself to spiritually connect too. We have, well, we have the High Priestess. I feel like this is your spiritual team saying trust your intuition. Some of you simply are not trusting the signs that are being sent. There's no judgment on that, by the way. It's just simply that you are not seeing them. You're not trusting your gut. You're not seeing yourself as the victor when you most certainly, it's like almost like part of your DNA. Right? So, you know, it's like the highest of your spirit guides are now involved. Well, hello, lovers. Card of Gemini. This can be a head over heart decision also. You know, what I want to say, if some of you are questioning love and you're in the Nine of Cups, you'll know what to do. You'll feel it. Because, again, in the Nine of Cups, I have fulfillment within, right? It doesn't mean that I don't want someone and I wouldn't welcome love. But I am in no way putting barriers or blindfolds or anything in front of that. So the lovers can be a real connection. And again, your spiritual team, like wanting you to pay attention to some of these signs. We have the Knight of Wands. And then we have the Seven of Cups over this Eight of Pentacles. So some of you are really questioning about business ideas, about even businesses that you started. Maybe, you know, businesses that have failed and maybe there needs to be a rebirth. This talks about your creativity. And I do feel like with joy, you know, like on both corners of your reading, it's something that gives you this sense of joy. I feel like it's your way out when it comes to sometimes overcoming the past where, you know, it's like I just can't overcome it. Then you got to retrain your mind to refocus, focus elsewhere, get lost in something. And a lot of times that's in your creative house. You know, try different things. It's interesting. I'm seeing the Seven of Cups and I feel like that is different things. Well, maybe you start at one and then you add, you know, and you work on that and then you add another. But Seven of Cups is trying to, again, making a decision when I'm in somewhat chaotic energy. Like, I really don't know what to choose. I don't know if it'll work, right? It's that type of energy. Well, it's from that Eight of Swords below it. It's like the underlying energy of your decision making. We have the Two of Pentacles. Well, that's a much more grounded way of deciding what you want your life to look like. Two of Pentacles is truly, you're looking at something, whether it be love or something you're creating, and you're saying, will this enhance my life? Will it evolve my soul? Is it an experience that I want to have, or is it one I don't? Does my life feel full enough right now in the Nine of Cups that maybe I don't want to add in a lover? You know what I mean? And maybe you do anyway. You know, maybe it just kind of, it kind of gets to you anyway. But I feel like Two of Pentacles is a very grounded type energy. And I feel like there's a need, like if I'm in this sword energy here. You know, because look at this. Here's a hangman, right? And in a way, we can say the hangman is no movement. And there's a reason why. Because the hangman's seeking an awakening, seeking awareness, seeking the truth, right? What's my next step? But, oh, this over here, it's just like, whoosh, I don't know, like sweep it out the door. Okay. It's crazy. I was going to make this reading, I'm telling you, like 15 minutes. And there's no way. I must be way over that. Okay, we have the King of Swords. So interesting. You know, we have the Lovers right above that. For some of you, it could be Gemini. It could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I don't know if I said the Lovers is the card of Gemini. Dang it. And then we have the Two of Swords. You know, so some of you, I can tell what's happening is your past is still affecting your future. And some of the things that you may tell yourself is, you know, some of you may suffer from anxiety. It's like a sense of doom. But can I tell you, and I know there's a lot of shit going on in the world and all that, and all of that. However, I feel like this anxiety is, you know, if you can't make a decision about something, just say, I'm not ready to make a decision, right? Don't force yourself to make a decision. Don't allow someone else to force you if you're not ready. Because I feel like I almost don't want you to move ahead in this Two of Swords energy. Because, you know, maybe not over here, but over here, I feel like you're doomed to repeat something. So it calls for you to be grounded. Two of Swords looking right over at that King of Swords. He's got the Lovers above him. But above the Lovers is that Eight of Swords. And on the other side of the Two of Swords is the Eight of Swords. So hopefully you can see the patterns. You know, I'm afraid I won't be a success. Well, right away, here comes the Six of Wands. That is the energy of victory, of success, right? I'm afraid I'll never be fulfilled again. Boom. There's a Nine of Cups. There it is. Well, there it is. You know what I mean? Like, you got to remember, life is on cycles. And when you're down, you know, seek the light. Seek going up. Well, we have the Strength card. So, I kind of love that because it's coming over this Eight of Wands. You know, it says it's an internal battle. Right? It's something within. But the Strength card is the ability to overcome really anything. 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 There's nothing you cannot overcome with this energy. You know, you're made for the job. Period. You just have to realize that some of these experiences you were meant to have, even the hard ones. Maybe mainly the hard ones. Right? Because what did you learn? What has it taught you? Where are you now? Right? Look who you are. The Strength card. You know, I am Spirit Warrior. Right? I can make decisions. This is my life. This is taking control over your life. And that can mean anything you want. You know, she's relaxed. She's got this gentle little lamb beside her. But She's half lion, half woman. Both gentle but strong. The Empress. Right? Life can kick you in the butt, but you know, sometimes you got to show how you can overcome it, how you can recreate yourself. You know, sometimes change happens and it's out of your control, and you got to, you know, it's like learning the flow of energy and going with the flow instead of the resistance, right? And some of you, it is the recreating of yourself, but I feel like it's the bringing of a part of yourself into the world. And you just got to trust that we're going to love it. You just got to trust that. You got to trust yourself. We have, well, there you go. There you go. There's a Nine of Pentacles. That is success in self-employment, number one. You know, this is being willing to put the work in, though. You know, it's a blessing, it's opportunity, but it doesn't mean that there's no work involved. But I have to say, you know, this would be energy that I feel like would bring you a sense of joy anyway. And listen, here I am, like part lion, part woman, moving into the Nine of Pentacles energy. There's nothing I can't overcome. This is really strong energy for creating and creating abundance, you know, self, independence. Doesn't mean you can't be in a relationship, but you feel independent within. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. Some of you, I feel like, don't be afraid to go back to school and learn. That may be your question. Should I take a course? Should I do this to expand this part of me? And I feel like, yes, if that's what you feel like doing, because in the Page of Pentacles, especially coming over the Nine of Pentacles, that's where you're absorbing knowledge. Like, it's just like, you're just absorbing it, right? That may be where your spirituality is just like flooding you within, right? I'm receiving. I'm allowing myself to receive. This is where, you know, this is where I often say, like, I know what I know what I know. You know, I'm not sure how I know it, but I know it. That kind of thing. So, I don't know, guys. I feel like it covered pretty much the energy of your Pentacles. And love, well, you know, I feel like it comes down to a question for some of you, because I feel like you are in the struggle, you move through the struggle. During that period, you may have recreate yourself. Hopefully the fear, you know, hopefully, you know, at some point you put down the walls and, you know, you really overcome and you started to believe. And this is then creating it, showing the success that you will create, the knowledge that you gain, right? The High Priestess on both sides of your reading. Wow. Here, you're not feeling it. Here, you're feeling it. So, I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you for this beautiful opportunity to read for you. I love doing these spiritual type readings because I really feel I'm answering particular questions, and you may, you know, you may have come in with doubt. Now listen, not for everyone, I know that. But those that I feel like are meant to be here, like, you'll see it and you'll be like, oh, yep. So, if anything, I want you to see is the swords, the blindfolds, but not just that, the after effect of the struggle and all that it can bring you. Success, true abundance, by the way. And by the way, other people looking towards you. I mean, like, you are the star, right? And judgment, like, you're, I feel like, you know, like there's layers of spiritual help, and the ascended masters are getting involved now, because some of you are not paying attention to your intuition. That tells me that it's probably your soul's seed of intention. And you may have said as a soul before you came down here, keep at me. Don't let me, no matter how much I resist, keep bringing me the signs. So here they are, right? It's like you're covered. You're covered. Anyways, I think I'm going to leave it there. Let's go ahead and read the marriage and then the joy card. Mother Mary. You drew this card because your relationship needs loving attention. You've been out of balance lately with too much focus upon work and intellectual pursuits. Mother Mary steps in and asks you to stop what you're doing and put your energy into your marriage. In fact, make a renewed commitment to it and all of your interpersonal relationships. Allow yourself to care about and connect with each person you love. For unmarried individuals, this card signals a positive and important change in your love life, provided that you open your heart and allow yourself to be authentic with others. Commit to developing your relationships at the highest possible levels so that they are truly love-filled. I mean, Mother Mary, it just blows me away every time. Joy. Mother Mary guides you to enjoy this present and the next regardless. I'm sorry. That didn't sound right. Mother Mary guides you to enjoy this moment and the next regardless of what you're experiencing. As you cultivate the ability to find joy in your present, you pull to you more reasons to be joyful. In every situation, you have opportunities to find blessings. Your happiness inspires others to transform their own sorrows into bliss. You can resolve your current question and situation by choosing the path of joy. What would bring more of it into your heart and soul? Beautiful. I love you guys. As always, thank you for the pleasure of reading for you. I felt this is pretty powerful. I hope you feel it. Like, you should be able to feel these readings. If you're really, if you really allow yourself to be in tune, you should be able to feel it. At least I feel you should be able to feel it. So you can let me know. But thank you. Anyways, thank you again, Dominic, for allowing me to use, or for gifting me your Oracle deck, Eclipse Tarot. I don't think she has them in print yet. But I invite her to leave a link when she does. You can let me know how they related to you. Anyways, I think the thing I want to leave you with is just say, rip the blindfolds off, live in reality, be in the present moment, and enjoy the potential of what can be, right? I don't think I should have just let Mother Mary say the last word. I love you guys. I will see you in the readings. Bye-bye.